There's 5 things every seller should consider when thinking about selling your home. Number 1, is it the right time to sell? There's really not a bad time at all to sell. It's always been said that wait till the springtime to put your house on the market. But I completely disagree with that, having worked with many buyers, because I know buyers don't wait till a specific time of year to look for a home. Most of the time, buyers are sparked by either an ad that they see, somebody they know, or they're relocating to this area for them to want to buy something. So I don't think that there's a bad time to put your home on the market. Now, December, it might be a little bit slower at that time just because of the holidays, but really, I believe at that time is when you have the most exposure because people are off and there's not as much competition. Number 2, how to pick a real estate agent. Before picking a real estate agent, I think it's really important for you to know exactly what their job is. And I try to give you a little bit of that information now. Number 1 is that they are going to navigate you through the process because they've done this before. They'll help you get your house up and ready for sale. 2 is marketing the property. Marketing the property is to allow as many eyeballs on the property as possible to get people through the house and to ultimately write an offer. And number 3 is negotiation. Negotiating the best terms for you, the seller, on how you sell the house, when you move, and the terms that you get. So, navigation, marketing, and negotiation. Those are the 3 elements when looking for an agent. And what I also would recommend is do a little bit of homework. Ask for testimonials, see case studies. Don't just hire somebody because you know them or they're referred to you by a friend. Really take the time to look into what they do and how they do it, and is there any sort of social proof. Number 3, what improvements, if any, do you do to the house in order to get it ready for sale? Well, this is a pretty open-ended question, but it's something that I really think is important to discuss. If the home is old and it's dated and it's worn down, yeah, there are certain things that you're going to want to do to the property. If it's just cosmetic, like carpet and paint, that is easy. But going through the process of remodeling a bathroom or kitchen, that is a little bit more intricate. And what I always suggest to my clients is if it will double your investment, then it's worth doing. And if it's not, don't do it. For example, if it's going to cost you $30,000 to remodel a kitchen, I really want to be able to see a $60,000 return. And you also want to take into consideration what's the timeline in which it will take to get those improvements done. Because your house is old and dated and maybe not in the best condition, that doesn't mean that that's not going to net you the most amount of money. Because it could take you 3, 6, 9 months, even a year to do the improvements. But if you look at what you can sell your house for today compared to doing all the work, the time, and the investment to what you could sell the house for 6 months to a year from now, it might not be worth doing all the improvements. Number 4, to stage or not to stage? This is a great question, and it's something that I like to discuss with every seller. Now, staging doesn't necessarily mean that you have to get rid of all the furniture that you have to bring in new furniture. No, a lot of times we can work with the furniture that you already have. And since you are moving anyway, the first thing I'm going to do is tell you is to start packing. We really want to unpersonalize and unclutter the existing house. And then we will try to work with the furniture that you already have. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to use all of it. We might bring in some additional stuff. I will probably have an interior decorator visit the home, and really I rely on their expertise because really we want to paint a picture and give the potential buyer the imagination of what it would be like for them to live in the home. Finally, number 5, how to price your home. Now, this is something that you really have to rely on the expertise and the experience of your real estate agent. Now, what they're going to look at is what's happening in the marketplace, and not just necessarily your neighbor, but the regional, the area, to get an idea of what the job market is like. What is the existing inventory that is on the market? the competing neighborhoods and communities. And then they'll do a deeper dive into your specific neighborhood and look at homes that have sold or that are currently on the market that are similar to yours. I wouldn't pay too much attention or put too much stock into online valuations. Personally, I'd just like to use them as a guide, but there's probably 3 to 5 of them that you can use, and if you look at all of them, there'll be quite a discrepancy in their valuations. So again, you really have to rely on the expertise of your agent. For more information on what your house could be worth, or if you're thinking about selling, or you need additional answers to some of your questions I didn't identify today, please feel free to reach out to TribecaNW.com. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.